Hello and welcome to another Easy Odds Premier League videocast. It's back. The Premier League is finally back. No more of this boring, rubbish international break where we scored. That was quite exciting actually when Lallana scored. But for the majority of the game,
I don't think you can have it called Northern Ireland boring.
no, you can't actually. To be fair, we managed to beat Slovakia when they had 10 men.
Yeah.
Last minute.
Well done, England.
Well done, Big Sam. Classic Big Sam victory, just ground it out right at the finish. Adam Lallana, he had about 40,000 chances before that, but he managed to put one away. Big weekend this weekend.
Absolutely huge.
Big weekend this weekend, absolutely massive. This video is brought to you by Sportingbet, where you can get a free £50 match bet when you sign up.
Yep.
So why wouldn't you? If you haven't got an account, you get a free bet. So,
Makes sense.
and what are you going to do with that bet, Ross? On United versus Man City. It's the biggest game of the season, potentially. One of them.
Yeah, and it's come early doors.
One of the biggest derbies in Britain.
Yeah.
It's come early doors. It's bigger than ever this year with Mourinho versus
Pep, yes.
Pep.
Excellent.
It's going to be an absolute stormer. Aguero's out, obviously, which is really annoying, but that would have made it a bit better. But City don't have a striker, do they?
No, they're going to play with a false number 9, I think.
Oh, are they?
Which is going to be interesting. So yeah, both teams from Manchester, obviously with 100% records coming into this game, so something has to give. The bookies make Man United the favourites at 13-10. Red Devils have won the Community Shield against the Premier League champions Leicester, and then followed that up with 3 league wins on the bounce. They've only conceded 1 goal in the process. That's in the Premier League. And the detractors will argue that they haven't really been tested yet. They've had a fixture list consisting of Bournemouth, Southampton and Hull, so it's hardly scintillating stuff there. But you have to win the games, and they've done so. They've won all 3. And this is where we'll really see what Jose Mourinho's side are made of. Man City come into this match on an even longer winning run, thanks to their Champions League games. They're 5 matches they're on a winning streak of 5 matches at the moment, and they're at best price 12-5 if you fancy them to win here. Obviously, they haven't got Sergio Aguero, but that might not be a huge issue because they can play on the counter attack with the likes of Nolito and Sterling, who've got pace to burn and will be a threat on the counter attack. But I'm going to be backing a pretty brave bet here, Jake. I'm backing a clean sheet for Man United.
That is incredibly brave.
The loss of Sergio Aguero cannot be underestimated here, if you ask me. He's had a hand in 131 goals and 153 league appearances. That's 105 goals and 26 assists. So take him out of the side, and that is a huge, huge loss to bear. And Man United are clean sheet kings at Old Trafford. They kept clean sheets in both of their ties against Man City last season. They recorded 17 shutouts at Old Trafford last season, and then followed that up with a clean sheets against Southampton in their only home game so far. So yes, Man City will offer a huge counter-attacking threat from the likes of Sterling and Nolito, as I said previously. But I believe that Mourinho will know better than just to attack here, even though the crowd, I'm sure, will be chanting that to him. But I just fancy David De Gea clean sheet here. 19-10 is a fairly good price for a team that keep a lot of clean sheets, and they did so in both the matches against them last season.
It's going to be a draw, this game. I'm telling you that now. I'm telling you that now. I'm telling you that. It's going to be a draw. I think it might be 1-1. I'm not sure. I think it might be a bit boring. That's my worry.
It's going to be a big game, but it's going to be a boring game.
I can imagine it being a 6 or 7-1 again now.
Yeah.
To either side. Have you got a big old centre back to score?
I've got a big old centre back. Yeah. Yet again, the bookies have got big discrepancies when it comes to the big centre halves. And Eric Bailey yet to score a Man United goal, but he did celebrate like an absolute demon against Hull, sliding it all the way, seemingly across Humberside. It's excellent. And he's a best price 20-1 and a worst price 12-1. Again, so that's a huge difference in price there. He goes up for corners, so he's a threat from there. And best price 20-1 seems a massive price.
20-1, yeah.
But if you fancy to half those odds and just back Man United to win, Coral have got a great price for new customers. 10-1 on a Man United win.
That is a big price, isn't it?
So if you do fancy Man United to win and you don't think 13-10 is up to much, why don't you open an account with Coral and get yourself 10-1?
Apart from you're not going to lose that bet because it's going to be a draw. Next up is another big game, huge game. You wouldn't have thought this was going to be a big game a couple of years ago, but it is now. Liverpool versus Leicester, Saturday 5:30, BT Sport.
Yeah, BT Sport. They're going to have the footage of the first game inside the new Anfield with the huge new main stand.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So obviously they've played all their matches away from home so far. So this is the opening of the new stadium for them, and they open with the champions, which is pretty cool. Liverpool, though, are favourites to win this game, 4-6. Pretty short price, if you ask me. The Reds have a mixed start to the season in terms of results. They've won one, they've drawn one, and they've lost one so far, proving their inconsistency. But their performances have been impressive, particularly that match against Tottenham. They were impressive.
Yeah.
I thought they were quite unlucky not to win that game. And even the 2-0 loss away at Burnley, they had 80% of the ball in that game, 18 shots on goal. So you can't really say that they played badly.
No.
Granted, it's a poor result, but I don't think that they necessarily played badly in that game. And with all 4 games, including the 5-0 win over Burton in the Football League Cup, they've been away from home, of course. It'll be interesting to see if they can break teams down at home, because teams will play differently against Liverpool at Anfield than they will away from home. They'll probably attack them a little bit less. So it's going to be down to those pacey players at the top of the Liverpool attack to try and break them down in a different way other than counter-attack, which will be quite interesting to watch. Leicester come into the game on the back of a Premier League win, their first Premier League win of the season against Swansea. That was a 2-1 win at the King Power a few weeks ago. And they'll fancy their chances of nicking one on the break here. They're a best price of 19-4. It's a pretty huge price for this Premier League champions.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily sure there'll be many backing it. But you can back your winner in the full-time result market and get the best possible prices with easy odds comparison. But my recommended bet here, Jake, is Liverpool to win and both teams to score.
Okay.
Best price 23-10. As I said, Liverpool just to win the game is a little bit short for me at 4-6. I'll probably steer clear of that. But you can eke out far more value by backing them to win and both teams to score. Liverpool are unbeaten in 5 against Leicester at Anfield, and were only one of 3 teams to beat Leicester last season, including this very fixture. There are also some other stats that jump out to me as to why to back Liverpool here. Okay. Liverpool are the team with the most victories over Premier League champions in history. That's 19 victories over Premier League champions. And Claudio Ranieri has only ever won one match at Anfield out of 5. And for those reasons, as well as the fact that they're performing well, I think Liverpool will win, but you can eke out better value by going both teams to score as well, because Liverpool have actually conceded more goals in the Premier League than any other team this season. Okay. So I'm assuming that Leicester will hit them on the break with the likes of Vardy and score a goal here up against a Liverpool defence that is leaking goals. So Liverpool to win and both teams to score, 23-10.
Liverpool, they need to just get a bit of form, don't they? They need to just get some consistency.
Yeah.
They carried on their inconsistency from last season.
Absolutely, yeah.
Losing to Burnley. They were really unlucky against Spurs, so incredible for about 20 minutes, weren't they?
That Coutinho chance in the first half was a big miss, wasn't it?
You like a team to win and both teams score. You get really good value on that, don't you?
Yeah, 23-10 I think is a pretty decent price there. And I do think if you're going to find someone in the anytime scorer, I think Vardy's a decent shout. He scored 6 goals in his last 7 Premier League games. This is exactly the type of match that he loves to play, where a team will be attacking them and they can play that amazing through ball that Danny Drinkwater has in his locker and put Vardy through, and hopefully he'll put it away. 57-20 there for a Vardy goal, which I think is a decent price. He's also obviously on penalties also, so if they get a penalty, he'll take it. So yeah, 57-20 there. It's a much better price than the 9-4 worst price.
That's actually a really good price, 57-20. Liverpool to win and both teams to score and Vardy to score.
Boom.
Once you can do a bet like that, that'd be a big price. Next up, Swansea versus Chelsea. Now, I think Swansea are going to be in big trouble this season.
Yeah.
I think they're going to struggle a lot. I think they could go down, in fact. Chelsea have been interesting so far. Conte has just been an absolute psycho.
Yep, he's a GIF dream, isn't he?
It's quality, yeah. He is a GIF. He's a GIF lover's dream. So, yeah.
Yep, yet another team that have come flying out of the blocks. 4 wins from 4 in all competitions under Conte. Travel to Swansea on Sunday, who will be looking to beat the Blues at the Liberty Stadium, just like they did last season, in a surprising victory. Not many punters will be surprised to find out that Chelsea are favourites here, though. They're a best price of 8-13, very short odds-on favourites. They've won all 3 Premier League games so far, with 2 late victories over West Ham and Watford, and a much more convincing 3-0 win over Burnley. Swansea, on the other hand, they're coming into this match on the back of a 2-1 loss to Leicester, and they've also lost their only home game so far against Hull in a surprise 2-0 loss. But they did beat Burnley 1-0 at Turf Moor on the opening day, but that's largely been forgotten now. However, as mentioned earlier, they did manage to win this fixture last season. in a surprise 1-0 win. So there could be some Swans fans that fancy them to win here again at 5-1, which is a big price for a home team in the Premier League.
Huge.
But they're not favoured, of course, in the full-time result market. But my recommended bet here, Jake, is to back Chelsea -1 handicap. Best price of 13-8, so a far better price than the 8-13 on just a Chelsea win.
Yeah.
Chelsea have scored 21 goals against the Swans so far in the Premier League. That's more than any other Premier League side. And the Swans have failed to score in 3 of their last 4 home games against Chelsea. So they've only kept 1 clean sheet in 12 against Chelsea. So I do think the goals are on the cards here. Whilst I'm fairly concerned that Conte doesn't really set his teams up to go and pulverise teams 2-3-0, they are capable of it, like they did against Burnley. And I think that Chelsea can replicate what Hull did and win by more than 1 goal at the Liberty Stadium.
I think that's a really good price, actually, 13-8. Yeah, have you got any time?
Yeah,
I've
actually gone for a first goal scorer here in the discrepancies of prices. If you fancy Diego Costa to score first, and he has scored more goals against Swansea than any other Premier League side, so he loves to play against the Swans. A worst price of 3-1 or a best price of 4-1, so you can get a far better price using the Easy Odds service.
Loves Wales.
Loves
Wales so much. He's going to move to Wales when he retires, I reckon, Diego Costa. Fantasy. Get him in your fantasy, Diego Costa. Because of Aguero, that's what I'm thinking. You need to... The classic problem that everyone's having at the moment, what do I do without Aguero and all that money that he costs?
Talking of our fantasy league, actually, if you haven't signed up yet, you can sign up at any point, and we do give out monthly free bets. So if you haven't even entered yet, then you can still enter now and be top of our group on Monday.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good, and a free bet with our friends Sportingbet.
Yeah, so every month it rolls over. And it doesn't roll over. You get another chance to win.
Absolutely. Never too late to enter, so we'll put that link at the bottom of the video.
Yeah, so next up is the last game. Sunderland versus Everton. David Moyes goes back to Everton. Well, he's at home, but I mean, he goes back to playing against Everton.
Yep.
Doesn't look a fantastic game on paper. Any game that involves Sunderland doesn't look a fantastic game on paper, to be fair, but... I mean, Lukaku. He scored midweek for Belgium. He's saying that he's saying all the right things, which is rare. Usually, he's just like, "Oh, I don't want to be at Everton anymore. I want to play for."
Yeah, that's his favourite quote. That isn't it? I don't want to be here.
I want to be here. I want to play in the Champions League. Why you not, mate? Score some goals.
Absolutely. So, for this one, we've got 11 to 10 favourites Everton, so they're odds against, which I think there'll be plenty of people backing there actually. And that's despite the fact that they lost this fixture 3-0 last season, towards the end of the season. Ronald Koeman, though, has guided Everton to a draw and 3 wins so far this season.
He's a quality manager.
He's a really good...
Absolutely quality.
And he's brought in Ashley Williams, Yannick Bolasie, two players with big Premier League experience, and they've been expertly backed up this season so far by Ross Barkley. Ross Barkley looks back to be...
Rossi Barkley, fantasy football.
There you go, another fantasy football player.
Absolute fantasy football needed player.
And Sunderland, on the other hand, they are winless in the Premier League. They've continued their bizarre form at the start of the season, where they're just not very good in August. It's really, really weird. The Black Cats have not won a Premier League game in August since 2010.
What? That
it's
is
bizarre.
ridiculous.
They're just really, really bad starters. And they don't even get much better once you get into September either, because the Black Cats haven't won any of their last 22 Premier League matches consisted in either August or September. That's almost 3/4 of a Premier League season. It's crazy. So they last won in August or September in Wigan in 2012, which is absolutely crazy. But if you think that they're going to break that hoodoo here up against Everton, they're a best price 15-4, which I think is a really decent price for a home team. I actually think they're quite a fun team to watch, Sunderland. They've got some exciting young players. I'm not entirely sure that they're going to win the game, but I think that's actually a pretty good price.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to back that as my best bet. I'm going to be backing my man Romelu Lukaku to score a goal here. He's yet to score in the Premier League season, but Koeman has shown absolute blind faith in him, and he's started him throughout, and I'm pretty certain that he'll start on Monday night. He netted twice in midweek for his country there against Cyprus, so that hopefully should get some confidence to him, and could well be the boost to his ego that starts his domestic goals. And he's up against a Sunderland side that have conceded in all 3 of the Premier League matches so far. So even though Everton have only scored 12 goals in 15 games at the Stadium of Light. I do think that with the players around him, he's going to get at least one glaring opportunity created for him, and hopefully he's going to stick it away. And I think 8 to 5 on a Lukaku goal is really good value, better price than just backing Everton to win the game.
Yeah.
So that's a best price of 8 to 5. Romelu Lukaku to score a goal.
Very nice, very nice.
And
anyone else?
Here it is. It's the final one of the video, and it's another big old centre half. Lamine Kone has had a weird season, basically handing in a transfer request because David Moyes didn't give him a bigger contract, and tried to push a move to Everton.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, and it didn't happen. So he's back in the squad, and who's he up against first? Everton. So it's kind of written in the stars that he's going to score here. And you can get a worst price of 9 to 1, or use our service and get a far better price of 14 to 1. And he's playing in this match, and he's played in this match last season, and he scored.
Oh,
so
really?
there you go, 14 to 1. Lamine Kone for that amazing kind of caveat.
Absolute smasher.
Absolutely.
14 to 1. Okay, so let's quickly go through the games. We've got them in completely the wrong order.
Yep. So we start with Man United clean sheet, a brave bet at 19 to 10. Then we move on to Liverpool to win and both teams to score at 23 to 10. Then move on to Chelsea -1 in the handicap market at 13 to 8. And finally, Romelu Lukaku to score at 8 to 5. So all odds against, as always.
Yeah.
No safe bets.
Aka.
Let's put them in an Aka and make us some money.
Yeah, very nice. Okay, so yeah, they're definitely going in the Aka. They're all going to come in, I think, so that'll be some nice money to spend on beer, which I cannot think about at the moment. But
if you haven't noticed, we were out last night on a work do, and there was a lot of Sambuca flowing, and we both feel terrible.
The thought of beer is just actually it's hurting my brain quite badly.
Let's spend our betting money on something other than beer this weekend.
Unlikely. Unlikely.
So thanks very much for watching, and don't forget to press the subscribe button at the bottom of the screen. Enter our fantasy football to win free bets with Sportingbet, and also open up an account with Sportingbet to get a £50 free bet.
Yeah, bye.